Our third line of defenses in our immune system are part of our adaptive immunity. So our first and second line of defenses are innate immunity, and our third line of defenses is adaptive immunity, which has the ability to specifically target and remember pathogens, which provides us with long-lasting defenses. So our third line of defenses, our adaptive immunity, has two components. There's cellular immunity and humoral immunity, which are both part of our adaptive immunity. This is particular. It has a slower initial response compared to innate immunity, and it has the ability to develop memory. So this system protects us against specific pathogens, and it's our third line of defense. Now, in terms of cellular immunity involves T cells, which are more effective against intracellular pathogens. These are pathogens that invade and replicate inside the host cell, and this could be viruses or intracellular bacteria. There's helper T cells, CD4 plus T cells. They're the same thing. These cells will help activate and coordinate the immune response. They activate B cells, cytotoxic T cells. They activate everything, and they respond to antigens that are presented on the surface of antigen-presenting cells, white blood cells, and they release signaling molecules. In terms of cytotoxic T cells, these are CD8 plus cells. These cells specialize in destroying host cells that have become infected by intracellular pathogens. So they recognize infected cells that are presented by MHC class 1 molecules, and they release various substances that lead to cell death. That's why they're called cytotoxic T cells. So when we look at this again, this is cellular immunity. Cellular immunity is part of adaptive immunity, and now we're going to talk about humoral immunity, which is also adaptive immunity. Humoral immunity revolves around B cells and the production of antibodies, which are particularly effective against extracellular pathogens, like pathogens found in bodily fluids, outside of our cells, extracellular bacteria, toxins, various things. With antibody production, each B cell produces a specific antibody designed to bind a specific antigen. So like maybe you have a coronavirus antibody that binds coronavirus, and these are made by B cells, and we call these B cells plasma cells. So when they encounter their specific antigen, they receive assistance from helper T cells. B cells activate and differentiate into plasma cells. These cells produce large amounts of antibodies that circulate in our blood and our lymph so that they can target and neutralize pathogens, which is great. Then there's memory B cells. These cells provide long-term memory so that we have a faster and better response if we